The Deep Talk with Mr. Henry.
It's a beautiful Sunday. Thank you so much for watching Abaturabaku TV. If you are watching this on YouTube, I can't thank you enough for loving this show and making it your favorite show. Abajilinda passionately, those of you that meet me and say the show inspires you, the show has changed your life. For the people that make time to sit down with me here, I really do appreciate. My name is Mr. Henry. The show is called The Deep Talk. Today is a very extraordinary day because omuntu gwenyina tatera kulabika tatera kutuula kunyumya mboozi. That today we are very honored to be in her presence. The last time we interacted, not actually interacted, the last time I saw her, she was performing and she was very happy. Naava, I've seen you so many times. I've seen you a couple of times, but I've never seen you happy the way you were on your concert. I was in front. I was blessed to be in front. Banange wali happy.
Okulaba abantu abakwagala gwe, it's a rare thing. Ate nga bangi.
What? The happiness, the love, I could see in your eyes. And then when I was looking at you, I was picturing like this kind of, I've attended a couple of concerts, but you gave me like the Diva Celine Dion kind of, towards the Natobuka Buka, you just singing. First take me back to before the concert.
Before the concert, like before the preparations and everything?
Yes, everything, yes.
The preparations. Like there've been messages from several fans and supporters that Naava olikola di concert, tukolere concert, kati nze nalivuddeko. I would have left the scene without any concert because I didn't see myself doing a concert at all, like seriously.
For real?
Yeah. Those were my feelings before the preparations. For years. You know, music in general is not, music as a career is not something easy. It's not easy. You meet a lot of challenges, so many trials. Like I faced so many challenges and trials. People kept coming in and leaving. And you know, when you are attached to certain people and they leave, it doesn't leave you the same person.
Definitely.
Kakati, like your songs are also at one point taken, or, you know, the managers come and take things. Channels were taken and all that kind of thing. So I loved music as a person. For it was a hobby. I come from a family of 5 children. I'm the last born. But I looked at these guys as, I look at your siblings nga abagendo chikuba in the music industry, because they would write music, they would sing so perfectly. I didn't see myself in that equation.
For real?
Yeah. I thought I would be maybe a bank. I loved money. But I didn't see myself that I would actually pursue a music career, because I grew up with geniuses, with people that could sing and write and perfect everything. So I didn't see myself in that circle. But we make plans, but God's plans usually take shape. There was a time in my life where I felt bored with life. I didn't see anything. I wasn't doing anything that was giving me that excitement in life. And fortunately, I kind of at one point envisioned it, that how about I'll be on stage or something like that. So I kept like getting these visions and sometimes dreams, but I didn't take them seriously until that opportune moment when I felt like I'm really bored. I'm a housewife, had a child at a very early age, and so I was in this house, as quiet as it might be. Only the nyumba nga echoing and all. Only car, and then I'm like, I should do something about my life. I don't feel that this housewife thing would work. And it was a blessing in disguise, let me say, that the relationship did not work. But I came out with a child. And that gave me an opportunity to pursue something different. And before you know it, there's this Tusker Project Fame kind of thing that came through. And I was like, I think this is my moment. This is my moment. And the good thing...
You go to TPF already after the
no, before. Yes, but
okay.
It was heading there. Mm-hmm. So there I was auditioning for this. My family pushing me to do this. I thought at one point I would push my siblings, but in in this case they were
They are
pushing
the
me
ones
to,
who are pushing you.
yeah. So I went and it was like a joke. We did the auditions. I wasn't as serious because it was, I've always known music to be a fun moment. Let's have fun, take nothing seriously. But of course there were judges and critiques, so you had to be at your best.
This is the one that happened. Was it in Kenya?
Yeah.
Yes.
Before you know it, I was in Kenya. Yeah, things were happening.
You go through.
Yeah, I went through the auditions.
I'm thinking. So before those auditions, did you know that you could actually sing? Did you ever feel a spark of you
Let
singing?
me tell you, this is a brief story. I would sing to friends of mine, but my sister was always like, you have it. But to these guys that are used to the voices of the likes of Mariah Carey and Vani, kati ngwe bakugaging and bagamba nedda tojja kukikola, tojja kusobola eddoboozi bbi. And of course, like if you listen to those recordings that I had in the past, it wasn't there. But I don't know, I had this the confidence that I would actually do it. And I had my sister that I really mukkirizaamu nnyo. Nangamba omanyi ojja kikuba kwegenda. Yeah, she's older than me. Nangamba ojja kikuba, just go, we're behind you. Before you know it, God takes me through this.
You go to Kenya.
I go to Kenya. I represented. I was there for 1 month and 2 weeks. I was kicked out.
We remember, we saw.
So I was kicked out. I was like, okay, kasita nfunyeko experience kenjagala. I shook up my boredom a bit. Let me do something else now.
Okay.
Maliriza okusoma nkole ebirala. But in that mukaseera ako nga Jukira have been popular, been on screens everywhere. So I met the likes of Alpha. Many Alpha. KS Alpha, GNL during that time, Gabi Bakabi.
You mean KS Alpha? There was Alpha the Randis.
No. KS Alpha.
KS Alpha, okay.
KS Alpha. Then KS Alpha introduces me to the likes of GNL.
Yes.
Then GNL introduces me to Steve Jean, Navio. I started to back up artists during that time.
Do you remember the one you backed up first?
I think that was Navio.
Which
He's
song?
very no, like backing up like concerts.
Concerts, yeah.
So mpola tuli awo, Steve Jean comes through. He's like, I've heard you sing. Come tulabe kye tukola. Come to studio tulabe kye tusobola okukola. Nasangayo someone else gwe twali naye mu house. I think that was Esther.
Nabasa.
Yeah, and she could write. She had won, remember? At TPA Fair 2008.
Yes.
Kakati ndoza, my writing skills were not as good. Nangamba manyi wachitogamba Esther nakuwandikira.
That is Steve.
Yeah, that's Steve.
Before had you like interacted with him? Because I don't know you like
I only met him on those events.
The 20th person who has sat in that chair and mentioned the name Steve Jean. But there's always one thing that comes up in common. Ya kulonda sigwa mulonda. Atalaba.
Tegera.
So he approaches you and he calls you up.
Because he had Jukira, there was a Navio event Jali ategeka and we were the backups.
Oh yes.
So because he had the voice and it was like, come on, I think we can do something.
This is after the Blue Threes have gone now. Have gone their separate ways.
They're in that transition.
Yes.
Baline, what's this guy's name? Alibi.
Yeah.
256.
Yes.
So nenyingira mpola, but I was doubting my skills. I didn't know that I could actually write. Like I was on eggshells. But then remember, Chesugambe is that before we went to Steve, nasokera waba message semakula
band.
There was another contestant, Wamita Wendy. So like we have bamukasuka before me, bamukasuka Mutaska Project Fame.
Yes.
Before
when
me,
did the Wendy we know?
Winfrey.
Oh, yes.
Winfrey.
Yes. Winnie. Yeah.
Yakola ku music house ndoza kati nachichiringa. Kati nangamba omanyi engeri gy'okomyo jangu ffenna tubeere wano tuyiye.
Mu band.
Hey. Kati, I think they tried to make us a girl group Nichigana. But we got some skill from there. I personally,
did you ever release songs? together.
We tried. I think there's a couple of songs that were released naye tezaatuuka anywhere.
Je ziri ku YouTube temuzino.
Nebo no.
So at that time
Teziriyo. I think YouTube was not yeah.
At that time, were you going by the brand name Naava Grey?
No.
Which name did they
Like
first call
girl
you?
group.
Bali bajita
Oh,
bati.
bagenda giyita the waves or something of that sort.
Yes.
Naye things did not happen as they had contemplated. Kakati. But I learned so much from there.
Yes.
Ennyimba engeri gyo n'oluganda engeri
Gumizam.
gyibalugumizaamu n'oyimbe engamba I didn't have this. Like I went for Tusker Project Fame, they were teaching.
But I didn't have that training.
Yeah, they taught you how to write songs. But this I also needed. Kubanga ebigambo birina okuvaayo.
True that. Olina okwatula.
So ne nvaayoko mpola mpola. I want to stick.
Did you, before Steve, did you like ever have like a one-on-one interaction with Papa Misach then?
Yeah, several times. He's a friend of mine.
What are some of the things he told you that you would say you remember in terms of singing?
Byali bingi. I cannot put my finger to this and that, but there was so much.
Okay.
Because twatambulanga naye in studio, we were always there.
Yes.
Tuyigemu, they would write, and we were also seated there as they wrote, him and Dr. T. It was interesting.
If I'm to ask you on your career, out of 10, omwake tofaani nga lya percentage as Misach Semakula?
Obakugambe ntya kubanga there is the genes nti mwena mwina okuyemba that God gave to us. Then going to Tusker Project Fame, that's a 5, like that is like a ngambe ntya, that's like a 40%. Kubanga I'd never been anywhere on any stage.
Oh yes.
Anywhere performing at all. It was like straight from the house. Nawono ofuluma ka bedroom ko badde oyimbira muno ogenda ku big stage. It was like that shocking. So that's like a 40%. Misach Semakula, I can say that is like a 20.
A 20.
20 or 15.
We move now. We go to Uncle Steve.
Kati awontegeera the actual thing because Steve was like helping me realize where exactly I should be with the style of music, with the voice,
Yes.
with reorganizing myself to get into reality.
I hear you.
So that's another bigger percentage.
So what conversations do you have with Steve and with Esther and writing and how do things change now?
Steve introduced me to a gentleman called Michael Fingers. Wamulira.
Yes.
It's very good. Very good.
Very beautiful producer. Amazing.
I think he's the only producer I've worked with that is yali antegeera mu bonna. Like he would help me with my direction. Omanyi otuulaawo, but there is a place you want to be or envision yourself to be spiritually, and this guy could easily tap into it. That at one point people thought that we were maybe in a relationship, and yet it wasn't. It was just the chemistry we had in studio. Music was something that I really, 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 really adored and cherished among all things. Yeah.
So now when does it actually hit you that kati nfuuse omuyimbi?
Yeah, kati ntuulaawo. Jukira, I'd gotten all my work, the work that I'd taken to the work that, for example, the compositions that I had in the Tusker Project Fame House, I combined all that with what I had written, or that was written for me, Ewa Misachi. So I carry all that, and the stuff that I'd also recorded in my home.
Oh yes.
Because I used to record myself and get tracks and record, and you know how to lay out those.
You can mini produce.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I got all this work. I think there were like there were like 10 songs. So byonna bye mbimutwalira in their raw form. Nagamba yes, nabiwuliriza naye nga mulaba bwamwenya. Nagamba birungi naye tebijja kukola. This is not your style. But mpulira nga amaanyi ganzigweddemu. But nagamba don't feel togwa amaanyi. I know you can write. I'm a producer. I've come with like a few tracks. Listen to them. Olabe if they can work for you. Katina playing my track just single playing a beat yanteredde. So there and then surprisingly I was able to get the chorus.
Yourself.
Yes. Nagamba yes. Now that is exactly what we're going to record tomorrow.
Yes.
Wake up very early in the morning tomorrow. tukiteekeyo. But with just the chorus, nobody was leaving the studio. Everyone wanted to listen to this this beautifully produced, written
chorus.
Yeah.
What inspires now because you're there, they are playing for you a beat. Did you feel like mukasera kuotere there?
Wagamba
or it was just artistry?
There's a way these tracks or beats communicate to my spirit. When he played that beat, I was able to think of a long distance kind of relationship. I don't know why. That's what spoke to me at that very moment. I don't know how. I don't know where it came from, but there's a way these beats speak to my spirit.
Over you were in one then?
At all, never. Which means I'm a long distance relationship at all.
Okay.
But neteka mongato z'omuntu. With my songs, I always want to have a solution. There's a problem, but then there should be a solution.
Yeah. So you put the song out now. Would you say that that's your first hit song?
No, like we had done like 3 songs with Michael and Steve Jean, and the third song we kind of that was produced was the first song to be
released.
Yeah, that was Alibawani.
You do Nterede? You do which other one?
There was another song, but Balitankwe Wade, but that was like the second song we did. But then Alibawani came first.
The pressure now of being an artist, because kati wali obadde mukugezesa kola ki the love, now you release a song.
Mukama ayina ebintu ebyewunyisa, because out of a relationship is a career waiting.
First pause a bit. How bad does this relationship break you before you start a career?
Relationships break everyone. I think we're all
yeah.
What they call it, have experienced it.
We are victims.
Everyone in this house, I mean in this room, has experienced a breakup.
Yeah.
Sure. Jali.
Yeah, but yeah.
And you know they break you to a point, but with your mind a version, yeah. Some react differently.
For this, how bad was it, and what exactly happened?
I think it was like more of age difference, and
you were older. He was older. Way older.
He was older, yeah. But I think it was when a girl is growing up. That's why ngamba nnyo abantu bakuza abaana.
True.
Yes, there will be separation between abazadde naye temulekerera abaana to start looking for father figures in the people they meet along the way, because there was that craving
of somebody who can be like daddy.
Yes, naye nga sikimanyi. You know, like we can confuse certain things oluusi bwe tuba tukyali tetunnakulira ddala kutegeera.
We haven't talked about that part of your family, like your dad. Why are you looking for a father figure now?
What babiyita bakya polygamous families? You know what happens. I mean, tagenda kuwa buli family kyenkanyi. Oluusi omu asika.
Of course.
Yeah. Then abalala bakosa witchcraft to get that attention. You know what happens in polygamous families. So we also went through such problems, issues.
Oh, I'm getting the picture. So now eventually you find this man.
Yeah.
What
So
was the age gap?
I don't want to
To overdwell on it.
Yeah.
Mm.
Because we've moved past that, and there was always a reason.
But you
A
had
very good reason.
beautiful child.
Oh yes, yes.
You give birth to your child when you are how old?
It's all over social media.
There's people who don't know.
They will look for it.
So anyhow, now after that relationship has broken you, now the career is starting.
Yeah, the career is starting. Like out of this, there's something waiting, and you have to psych for it. You have to be sane for this. But I'm glad my family was there. And of course, I mean, he's been a good father to his daughter. So at one point I had to, transition to this. And I needed the experience, by the way, for this. Because what I was getting into was tougher.
I hear you. Yeah.
It was tougher. I mean, I had to really stand, and I needed the experience to actually stand, to be strong. Because you know what music entails. not everyone is is in that ambient ya kubayimbi abasinga si changu. It can break you. Some have left music prematurely and there's been reasons. Others have story nyingi. People have you at one point you find yourself you have to be drugged. But I'm glad I didn't go through taking drugs or something of that sort, because I had a family that was very supportive. But music is not something easy, because you are placed at a point where you should be desperate for this. This should happen. I should walk this way. I should have this. There are so many demands. The people that come to you are not your people. Because I met so many people that were posing as managers. Baagala birala. Kati nze lwakuba nalina abantu behind me, a family, I had to let those people go. Like, it's not working. I had to stand my ground. If the music should if I should sacrifice the music,
career.
If the music should die, let it die, but I need my life.
What is that one bizarre thing they've ever told you to do and you?
Yeah, I mean, Bintunga, is it Walwe Yangamba, but before you go to stage, soko onywem. Kati waliwo ne bano, I don't know where they come from, who bring drugs, what they call them. Oh, bamwita batya buno bwe smoking.
Weed?
But I've never taken that. Thankfully, because I just had a sister and ko enyo who was literally holding my hand everywhere. So I survived so many things. I would have been what they call it, nali gudde mu mbi nyingi.
People do not know what happens behind the scenes. The manager can tell you,
kati gobeera manager, that means toyina bulamu.
Whoa.
I mean, should someone tell you how to run your life, really?
No.
If a manager should come, I mean, you should manage the manager first. You should be managing your manager. Not the other way around.
How many managers do you say you can let go because you have let go, I beg your pardon, because you didn't
Around 3.
because you didn't agree with them?
Yes.
There's that pressure that comes from
I need this. Yes.
It's a number z'amasimu, and then how am I going to build
kati nze nali sitya kufiirwa. Obulamu bwo is precious. Era ngamba nnyo bayimbi bannange that I meet nti regardless ebyonna byonna bijja ne bigenda, naye obulamu bwe bugenda tebudda. And I keep telling them to cherish their spirits. Guno omwoyo ogulaba. Anything happens to this spirit, this body is useless.
The spirit is
the soul.
Because I'm now trying to track back to the days of you working with Steve Jean. Did you ever agree that he becomes like your manager? Or
at that moment, I think during that time, I was transitioning into events. I think anange I was nali nkwataganye ne Michael Fingers kweyampa. Atejjukira at one point Michael Fingers had to get married. That means I had to kind of shift from him and find another producer.
Michael Fingers gets married.
Kati bali basazeewo bo nti what they call it, nga wanogamba n'omukyala we nti music should be halted for a while. So that means nzate nali saagala kuhaltinga this nga mpulira this is the very moment that I should produce more and more and more.
Yes.
So when that happened, I at least had a producer gwe bayita D King. Nga alina byakola nangamba manyi jangu tweyongereyo kuba nali nkozeeyo alibawaani n'enteredde. Then this Dicking nangamba jangu tukole. He was a Bukoto.
This is before Ningo Muloge.
Yeah, kati awo bwe twagenda naye I was writing Ningo Muloge. Ne tukola Ningo Muloge. So Ningo Muloge was like a third song.
In knowing the story behind Ningo Muloge, I'm trying to put A and B and C and D together.
Ningo Muloge, but people still don't believe me.
People still don't understand that. This is what we're going to do. We're going to take a quick break. I'm with Naava Gray, and we're trying to understand and see what it actually means being a diva of her caliber. Who says gwe manager togenda kumanyira? It is me. Genda. After the break, we're diving deep into her life of ours, the deep talk.
The Deep Talk with Mr. Henry.